What the hell happened? This is strange, but we're gonna try this again. Hello, everyone. I was guided to do this for you guys for, I guess, like mid-May readings. This is not my idea. This was my guide, spirit, God's idea. I don't even know what the hell's going on. I'm just walking into this just as blind as you guys are. But let's go ahead and wait for a couple of people to get into the room. I'm not sure what's going on with the YouTube app that I have on my phone, but I updated it right now, so maybe that's what it was. Let's hope it works out. How's everyone doing? Let's see, I want to turn the chat on here. There we go. All right, I think that's going to work better. All right, so we're doing one card pulls. Just going to shuffle, see how things are going. Hey, what's going on? How are you? So while we're waiting for people to pop up in the room, well, the decks we're going to be using is the Botticelli deck. We're also going to be using the Crystal Tarot here. I like this deck. It's really nice. We're also going to be using the Sacred Rose Tarot. Hey, what's going on? And we're also going to be using the Witches Tarot. Ready, guys? Aries through... Hey, Mel, what's going on? We're going to be doing Aries through Pisces. See how things are going. I'm just going to wait for a little bit more people to pop in. I know, right? Right, Moon 2017? Thank you. Thank you guys for joining me today. And kind of, this is really random as hell. I don't know. But how's everyone feeling? Let's kind of like maybe just talk for a little bit or wait for more people. I know, right? I'm an Aries Moon, so I'm like, how are you guys feeling? How's the energies? How are you guys taking it? You know, things of that nature. Because it's been trying. Hey, what's going on, sweet face? It's been even trying on me. I mean, I go through it too. It's crazy. Yeah, things really have been tough. Absolutely. These retrogrades are just, you know, just when we thought it was over, you know, when we had the Mercury retrograde in freaking Aries. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Hey, Liz. Hey, Aries 80. When we just thought, you know, it was going to be good, we're okay. And then, you know, Pluto and Saturn went retrograde, and it's really, it's just started, you know, but it's really showing what's in people's hearts during this time, and it's crazy. It really is. And even people in my own family, I'm like, oh, that was shady as hell, like, you know. And I'm just like, yeah, people really have been snapping. I mean, yeah, I mean, Mars moved into Capricorn. I mean, we're gonna have, I think, want to say sometime this week, I think it's gonna be a dark moon in Aries. It's all crazy. It's ridiculous here. Let me see if I can see these comments here. They should be coming up right now. I wonder why they disappear so damn fast. All right. Yeah, exactly, Moon. Oh yeah, Mel. How did you like the reading? I think it went pretty well. There was you know, when you guys book a private reading with me, it's a lot of information. And I may be a little animated too, because my guides come through and I tell them to slow down because all the damn information is just too damn fast sometimes, and it's crazy. They're too much. My guides are really sarcastic, and because I am, so you know, they have to know how to deal with me, right? But all right, let's see. Wait a little bit more, and then we'll start. I hope you liked the reading, Mel, and you know, we were able to, me and my spiritual team, were able to provide you with you know, some guidance. You know, 2 pages of notes, Mel. Damn. Oh, okay. Yeah, there. That confirms what I just said about my private readings are a lot sometimes. Not that it's a lot. I mean, maybe I don't know. I walk into a blind, you know, and I look at your guys' natal chart, and I just see the transits that are kind of going on, and just general information, and just see what happens. Um, yes, retrogrades are meant for review regarding, you know, whatever the planet and the sign is, whatever that stands for, you know, whatever that's emblematic of, that's the review that comes back. Just right now, how things are lining up. And my last planetary update. Oh, thank you, little miss. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Back at you. Um, my last planetary update that I was talking about when I said if people don't believe now that the universe has a consciousness. I mean, shit, it really does. I've never seen anything like this in terms of the planetary updates and just how everything is aligned a certain way right now. And it may not make a lot of sense right now, and it may be a little damn shady, but it's for the best. It's going to be, it's just a temporary intermittent energy. It's gonna work out great in the end. It just sucks going through everything, But yeah, it's trying on even on me. I mean, if you have, Saturn, Pluto retrograde in your chart, that's even more of a somewhat of a influence on you. Yeah, Mel, we did. Yeah. I have my own little views, but like I was telling you, Mel, was like when we really just think about things. I am not trying to get into this right now, but when we really think about things and we really take things into a different perspective, and when we kind of come out of that indoctrination, I mean, it's like, that does make sense, or that's a contradiction. You've seen everything, or you heard everything that I was telling you about. But okay, yeah, let's get started. All right, I kind of chose maybe a bad time, or Spirit maybe did a little bit, because, I mean, it's 11 o'clock. What time is it over here? It's going to be 1 o'clock here in Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, it is, huh? Okay. So I'm just going to shuffle whatever one card pops out, and go ahead and, feel free to converse with me, guys. And I'm going to be looking at the comments, too, and just see. All right, Aries. Just see. Oh, look, that's weird. That just flipped over out of nowhere. Okay. All right. And also, guys, can you guys do me a huge favor when someone comes in, let them kind of know what's going on a little bit if I missed their comment. Because I guess on here, if I have it in landscape mode, the comments go away really fast. So, yeah, if you guys can keep others updated. All right, Aries. The Knight of Cups reversed. Aries, I'm really feeling like it's one of these situations where it's like you're going to take matters into your own hands, and it's going to be this situation, or you may find yourself in situations where you it's like you're cutting the cord, I feel. Yeah. Ooh. I don't know, I just got X's right now, may come back or something like that. Or maybe you guys may like cut the cord if an X pops in or something like that. I don't know why. Wow, how weird. I just kind of picked up on thank you, little miss. I just kind of picked up right now that maybe Aries, oh god, that's weird. And I don't like to be making predictions like that. The future's so damn fluid. But Aries, I feel like you may walk into a restaurant and see your significant other with like someone having dinner or something. Ugh. I ain't touching that shit. But yeah, that's what I'm kind of feeling. I'm also feeling, Aries, that it's almost like you don't even want to kind of talk about it anymore. It's kind of more like we're done with the talking. I'm just gonna do what I feel is necessary, which is okay. Everyone knows I'm always for standing in your truth. Don't get me wrong. But it's the way that we do it. But there's definitely hurt underneath it. There's bottled up emotions. And it's stemming from past relationships, I feel. Interesting. Yeah, Aries. So just it's okay to stand in your truth, Aries, but just don't be careful with the ambition that goes into it. And given I'm an Aries moon, whoa, when Aries moons start to get, I mean, any moon for this matter, but any fire moon, I feel, when we start to get upset, it's like we feel it like rise, it raises and rises and rises and rises, and then we're just like, ah, and we just pop, and yeah, I mean, even myself, I can be, which I rarely ever get like that, but if I ever do, I can get pretty, as yield is, I can get pretty a little crazy, a little like it's like someone's talking to me, and it's like I get a little twitch. Also, My guides also want me to bring up if your moon, okay, regardless if you have a fire moon or not, but especially if you have a fire moon, if your moon is in the seventh house and it's close to your descendant line, um, book a reading with me with the astrology reading. And yeah, let's go over that because I have the moon in the seventh house as well, and it's pretty close to my descendant line. See, this is what it kind of is. So my ascendant's Libra, right? So the opposite of Libra is Aries. So in your chart, you know, the actual wheel, I'm trying to get something kind of be emblematic of it, whatever. The wheel, you know, on one side, it's your ascendant, and then obviously on the opposite side, it's your descendant, and that's the seventh house. So when your moon is right in the seventh house by the descendant line, that basically means like your emotions have a lot to do with your shadow side, you know, where it's that much more at the fore, and it's you can do some real damage, you know, if your moon is in the seventh house like that, and especially if you have a fire moon. Anyway, yeah, Aries, so that's what I'm kind of feeling for you during this time. All right, let's see. Taurus. All right, Taurus. All right, Taurus, so are you ready for, I mean, everyone at this damn point, but Taurus, are you ready for Uranus? I mean, it's in there. Uranus is actually going to go retrograde back into Aries, so, you know, let's not get too damn excited. But, yeah, so, okay, I just picked this up too. Isn't that crazy how, you know, Pluto went retrograde, and then Saturn went retrograde, and then Uranus is gonna go retrograde? Do you see where all of the outer planets that we feel most prevalently when we have, you know, critical aspects like conjunctions, even oppositions up to a certain point, but usually conjunctions, we feel them, you know, especially when they're like at between 0 and like 3 degrees, we feel them. But the review of all the planets, we're having a review of restriction, we're having a review of transformation, and we're also having a review on kind of radicalization, if that makes sense. So yeah, Taurus, you'll be all right. It's just I'm feeling like it has to do something with like security, Taurus. It has something to do with not freaking out when you feel like you lost something. You know, I mean, everyone freaks out when like they, you know, they lose their job or something like that. You know, but yeah, Taurus, this is going to shape you. And also, Taurus, you're going through, a lot of Tauruses as well. Hey, Carla, are going really, really, really through right now some deep spiritual movements right now. A lot of the earth signs are right now. Pretty crazy. All right, Taurus, let's see what's going on. So yeah, Taurus, I feel like it's, oh, my guide's already acting up. Taurus, it's going to humble the shit out of you. It's going to humble all of us, though, you know, especially you, Taurus, you know, because, yeah. And depending where Uranus is in your chart, you know, just depends. Let me see. Uranus is going to be in, yeah, first house, more than likely. Yeah. So it's going to be a transformation, Taurus, of the self, your morals, your ethics, things of that nature. All right, let's see. Taurus, what's going on, Taurus? All right, that's my sign, Taurus. When a card doesn't pop out, that means that you're not really talking to anyone right now. You're a little on the silent treatment here. Exactly, little miss. I hear you. Oh, Carla, you just joined just in time. Carla, are you talking to people about your stuff? Taurus. Oh. Well, damn. Okay. Normally I don't pick up cards that fall on the floor like that, but I'm going to get that one. Five of Swords. Okay. You know what's crazy is I always, when Five of Swords pops out, I always look at it in terms of being Taurus. Or that's like the Taurus card, like the Knight of Swords is the damn Virgo card. Virgo always gets the damn Knight of Swords. This is just my own opinion, and The card is emblematic of... I have to be very careful what I say here. It's a card of being selfish. Now, hold on, Taurus. I'm not calling you selfish. What I'm saying is that sometimes I feel like, since Taurus, you're a fixed sign, sometimes people can view you as being selfish. People can view you as being, very stubborn, And you guys tend to do certain things because you feel like it's what's best for you. And by all means, shoot, But along the way, you can maybe stick to it too. It's kind of like you guys close yourself off sometimes to other people's opinions. I'm not saying you have to adopt it, but just hear them out, And then when people are talking to you, you guys are kind of like, not really paying attention. Hey, what's going on, Jennifer? So yeah, Taurus. Speaking of Taurus, Jennifer. Taurus rising. 5 of Swords, Taurus. Taurus, do not put yourself in positions where you have to... Wow. Don't put yourself in positions, Tauruses. Don't put yourself in positions, Taurus, where you think it's a victory, but then people end up just kind of giving you what it is that you kind of want, And then you're like, yeah, I got all the swords. And then people are like, okay, cool. Like that kind of thing. I call it the Battle of One card. Let's see what else I'm getting here. Taurus, beware of beaches. I don't know why I picked that up. Beware of water, maybe a little bit. I don't even like that word beware, but just be mindful of water. Be mindful of pipes as well, I feel like busting in your home or something like that. Why did I pick that? That's weird. Bathroom repairs? This is weird. Look over contracts as well, Taurus, I'm feeling. Double check the contracts. But really, I just feel, Taurus, like right now or during this time, it's going to be picking your battles and learning your battles and learning when we need to actually fight for something and when it's just, when it's one, it is worth fighting for. Oh, Carl, that's funny. There it is. When it's worth fighting for and when it's really not. Having the discernment in terms of, when are we fighting a battle that really means something to us? Or when are we just kind of arguing for the sake of arguing? That's kind of what I'm getting here. Beware of, I keep saying that damn word. I hate that word. Be mindful of, oh, crazy. I'm a psychic medium. Y'all motherfuckers don't know that? I'm just kidding. But I really am a psychic medium for sure. Anyway, beware, guys, also, too. I use that damn word again. See, I'm not even listening to myself. Be mindful of the eyes, I feel. Exactly, Anna. Be mindful of the eyes, I feel. Things getting into your eyes. Like liquids or waters. Or okay, I just saw someone, like, get a cup like this of, like, hot coffee or something and, like, put it down too hard. And then, like... and you're like, ah! I don't know. I just got that right now. Yeah, just be mindful of the, hey, only you can be you. Be mindful of, like I said, of the eyes in terms of things getting into the eyes, especially liquid and liquid itself. And beaches and water and pipes. Interesting. All right. Gemini. How are both of you doing today? Hope you guys are doing pretty good. I have one placement, Gemini. I have my Mars is in Gemini in the 8th house, so it makes me a human lie detector. I mean, damn psychic as it is, but yeah. I know, Jennifer. Okay, you just mentioned that since you do. Normally, when you have a Gemini moon, my God, you guys are ridiculously funny. Okay, I mean hilarious. You guys have like laughs that are just contagious. The best example I like to give, if you have a Gemini moon. Oh, it is only you can be you? Yeah. My Mars is in Gemini too. It's in the 8th house, so I don't like lies, and I'll back you up into the corner until I damn get the light. It's just, I'm not gonna talk about myself. Anyways, yeah, when you have a Gemini moon, the best example that I like to give is, well, let's say you're at a party, right, and you're feeling a little faded, and you're feeling a little, you know, a little X-rated, and while everyone's kind of just kicking it, and like your song will come on, right? And then everyone's kind of having a good time, conversing, laughing, you know, having a good time. And all of a sudden, Gemini moons are like the ones in like the corner, like humping the door frame. Like, you know, you Gemini moons are ridiculous. It's hilarious. I love Gemini moons. They're so funny. Yeah. All right, let's see Gemini. Okay. Gemini. Mars and Gemini in the 5th house. Oh, it's creativity, expressing your creativity. Acting upon it and really speaking about it. And also making sure that it gets placed into fruition, you know? Oh, your lover is Gemini moon. Okay, let's see. Gemini. Okay. 5 of Pentacles reversed. All right, Gemini. I feel like Gemini, during this time, it's a little bit of, I don't want to say you're feeling sorrow, but it's kind of more of like, I feel, Gemini, that you're becoming more in touch with your emotions, you know, and you are, you're wanting to kind of, you're wanting to talk about stuff, you know, but in a very Gemini way, like, you know, let's just kind of approach it. Let's just say, okay, well, this is what happened. Okay, cool, yeah, and then just move on, you know, like that kind of way. But still, it's a big step. I feel, Gemini, that you're ready to, okay, yeah, you're ready to talk about those things and kind of make amends. And also, Gemini, I just picked up you're also very tired of feeling left out of situations in terms of maybe feeling left out through your own involvement in that, if that makes sense. Watch out for your plants. Like if you have like rose bushes or something to that effect, or trim your trees. I'm picking up. Maybe branches may fall on like your roof or something like that. Hey, what's going on, Kathleen? The hell is that? Yeah, flowers wilting. I just picked up 2, Gemini. Maybe watch out for like roots of trees or plants. They may like kind of come up and like either hit a pipe, or they may come up and like crack the cement. Oh wow! And then someone may like trip over that. Oh Lord. Yeah. So check roots, trees. Trim your trees. Absolutely trim your damn trees, especially if they're really big and they're really thick. You know, the branches are really thick. I don't know. I mean, some could happen. One could fall. A branch could fall and maybe hit your car, hit the damn roof. Like, you know, things like that I'm feeling. Watch out for your plants. A lot of hurdles to also accomplish during this time. Yeah. A lot of hurdles in terms of mountains to move and mountains to climb. Also, those of you who, no, it's not during that time. If you live somewhere where it's snowing right now, watch out for black ice. But yeah, definitely mountains, trim your trees, watch your plants, things of that nature. And also wanting to revisit things and talk about where things went wrong in a sense, you know? All right, Gemini. All right. Cancer, Cancer, the crab. Cancer, y'all been wilding out, okay? And I'll kind of speak a little bit of Cancer Suns. You know, I can't really speak for, risings or moons. A lot of Cancer Moons are going through, I mean, everyone's going through damn healing right now. But Cancer Suns are, y'all are wilding out right now. But you know what? In the end, it's going to be good because I feel right now like Cancer Suns are having to kind of give up control in terms of, see, what it is, okay, this is what it is. When it comes to Cancer Suns, normally, I find that this is kind of a repeating theme. Now, we have to take the whole chart into consideration to make such a general statement. But from what I have experienced is the intent, Cancer Sun, is really, really, really great. It's filled with love. It's coming from the right place in terms of your heart. But Cancer Sun, the approach and the delegation of it, and also to Cancer Sun, when you would like to help someone, and you, like I said, you really do want to help, but when you want to help someone, it needs to be done all your way, and then it's kind of further restricting the individual because we're not really assisting them, we're further controlling them or suppressing them. You see what I'm saying? Cancer, so like I'm saying, it's the intent is great. It's coming from a good place, but the approach and the delegation is just, Anyway, let's see. But yeah, Cancer, specifically Cancer Suns right now, but I think the sign Cancer and all is learning about, or they're having to go through letting go of holding on so tight, Because y'all Cancers be wilding out. All right, let's see. Especially if you have like double water, like Cancer Sun, Scorpio Rising, or something like that. We'll get to Scorpio too. Okay, let's see. So, Cancer. Okay. Cancer, you got the Eight of Pentacles. All right. So I think it's kind of going with what I was saying. Working on those things, Cancer, that are really worth your energy, and also discerning between what you need. Picking your battles in terms of what you're willing to fight for. Also, I just picked up too, Cancer, that sometimes you can find yourself wanting to help everyone, which is great. But then when it comes time to kind of work on your own personal, circumstances and situations, you're so damn exhausted that you don't even want to work on your own stuff, you know what I mean? Because you're just so damn tired. And yeah, I feel that's a big one too during this time. I also picked up too, Cancer, bury your money. That's weird. Okay. Be mindful of the moon cycles, since you are ruled by the moon. I think we're going back to trees. If you have trees and you have I don't know, I just picked up avocados, like an avocado tree or a tree that has that bears any kind of heavy or big fruit or vegetable in a sense, pomegranates, things of that nature, be sure to, what's the word I'm looking for? To pick the fruit off there or whatever's growing on there. It can make a mess possibly, or it can possibly dent a car or dent something. Yeah, prune it a little bit. I just picked up two, Cancer, birds. Be careful with birds in terms of shitting on your car, or birds making nests in crazy areas of your house and your awnings or something to that effect. Oh, that's what it is too. Okay. Also, take up gardening, Cancer. I feel okay, that's interesting. Wow, okay. Take up gardening. I think that's a great spiritual thing. Even that's a spiritual movement. Take up gardening, and when you can sync it and link it with the moon cycles, you guys can bear some great gardens like that. And since you know Cancer, you like to nurture. Also, gardens will be great because when you speak to your plants, it's scientifically proven that they like it. Have picnics around your plants. Have children and you laughing around the plants, and they'll grow bigger and they'll bear more hardy and thicker and better crop. You know. Your grass too. Your grass could be dying right now, like really bad. You know, get a hold of that grass. It's weird. Change your gardener, or be careful with your gardener. I know I picked up the garage. Hmm, interesting. Something about the gardener in the garage and having sticky fingers. Cancer. Wear shoes more often, maybe. You know, in terms of like when you're out. I don't know when you're doing stuff. I see something dropping on your toes. It's weird. All right. Leo. Leo. Okay. Leo. Hmm. Oh, nice. Saturn and Cancer in the seventh house. Hmm. You know what's interesting about that is that Saturn is ruled by Capricorn. So when you have your Saturn in Cancer, your Saturn is in the opposing sign of Capricorn, which rules Saturn, if that makes sense. So that could be a little interesting. So I want to say when I see that aspect in the seventh house, it has a lot to do with learning about relationships and learning about how relationships can either restrict you or they can bring you freedom. It has something to do with that. And also learning a lot of life lessons regarding restriction and giving too much of yourself regarding the relationships. Also just depends on how Saturn's aspected as well in your chart. All right, Leo. Leo, Leo, Leo. Leo's trying to like not fight. Leo's like, I don't want to do it anymore. And I feel, Leo, that you're gonna kind of find yourself a little I don't want to use the word provoked because we're all being provoked during this time. But Leo, you may find yourself on the receiving end of things. All y'all signs aren't even talking to anyone right now. Interesting. Let's see. Leo, Leo. Okay, nice. Okay, Leo. Queen of Swords reversed. Leo, watch the words. Watch the temper. Leo, I just picked up knowing the difference between what you need and what you desire. Yeah, Leo, I think it's just be careful with communication. Be careful. Okay, Leo, during this time, you shouldn't feel like you have to defend your truth. The truth doesn't need to be defended in any instance. The minute, like I always tell you guys, the minute that we start screaming and trying to shove our, opinion or our truth down someone else's throat, we don't believe our own shit. So just be careful with that. You may buy a new scarf. What the hell? It's weird. Leos may be getting their hair. Okay, you guys may kind of cut your hair or do something completely different with your guys' hairdo during this time. And I also feel like maybe Leo is also kind of... There's a lot of transformation going on with the self in terms of like the what is it? Okay. It's like how you are being presented to the world in terms of like your physical features. You may be kind of wearing less like makeup on your face if you're a woman. You may kind of want to switch up the swag a little bit. I feel, I don't know, I'm getting like Mona be a little bit more plain Jane, but not in a bad way. More just kind of a little bit more natural. But definitely something about the hair, doing a different hairdo or hairstyle, or thinking about that, or something to that effect. Yeah, but just watch the communication, Leo. You know, that's all. Uh, be mindful of being provoked, you know, in terms of like if you've been on like a nice, steady spiritual path, you know, and you've been doing really good in terms of controlling your temperament and things of that nature. Be mindful of being provoked and it kind of coming out, you know, and like yeah, it coming out in the wrong way, and then it's kind of like feeling like, you know, you took 6 steps forward, you know, and then just because of that one little incident where you had to like, you know, throw your ghetto on and get a little upset, and say a couple things, then you end up kind of knocking yourself like 8 feet back or 8 steps back. I just picked up getting set back on your heels. Careful with that, Leo. Also, some of you guys are maybe thinking about pursuing or maybe starting up a clothing business, a brand or something to that effect. Something with a lot of florals, possibly. Maybe designing robes, like women's robes, even men robes. Uh, be careful with the wrists. I feel you guys may hurt your wrists during this time. I just thought of the song, "The Flick of the Wrist." Okay. All right, Leo. Oh no. Damn Virgo. Okay. Biggity biggity Virgo. I just picked up for Virgo. Virgo, don't worry about it. Accept the damn offer. I hear you. All right, Virgo. Virgo, Virgo. It's not the time to be thinking, Virgo, about like, what's the best option? And I know that that is weird as hell to tell a Virgo, but just spirits moving you forward and just trying to say, you know, your guides are like, you're just standing there and your guides are like, psh, they're just like pushing you forward and they're like, oh, what happened? Who was that? A lot about trusting the process too. Interesting. Okay, this last time, and we'll see. And you're holding your tongue, Virgo. You're trying real hard. You're holding your tongue, but you're probably gonna be the next one to pop off. All right, Virgo, Virgo. Oh, okay. Well, I was quick. Yeah, you guys are gonna pop off. You guys are talking to people. Okay. Ooh. Virgo, Ace of Cups. All right. You guys gonna offer you a cup of Louvre? Possibly. Also, just I think it's more Virgo of new emotional situations, reviewing your emotions and really seeing like where the hell they come from, why they're there. Also breaking a lot of, I mean, we're all breaking karmic cycles right now. It's crazy. But I just feel with Virgo, it's more of kind of you're going deeper than you usually do, Virgo. There's this earth sign thing, you know, that us earth signs do. You know, we believe that emotions have a time and place, and only when it is convenient to let the emotions go, and then we kind of just put it into like this pretty little box, and then we say, we'll deal with that later. That's kind of the earth sign thing, especially Virgo does that shit. We need to stop that, Virgo, and I feel like you're being triggered maybe right now at random times, and it's kind of like, damn, like he or she read me, shit. And it's kind of like you're being kind of forced to express something or to show that emotion. No more with the poker face, you know? At this time, you may see a lot of butterflies. I know I've seen a couple butterflies, crazy. Maybe moving houses right now. Maybe moving to a new city or something to that effect. I'm trying to see if I can catch your guys' comments because I'm looking down, but be careful with the wine during this time. Huh. I know I picked it. Clean your guys' swimming pools if you have any swimming pools. Definitely a lot about the home. A lot of earth signs are going through like home situations right now in terms of like readjustments of the home, maybe possibly moving, possibly adding additions to the home, something like that. You're funny, only you can be you, right? You're all, oh no. Yeah, Virgo, I just feel birds and butterflies during this time are going to be very prevalent. Look out for animal totems. Oh, cool. Look out for animal totems in terms of like parrots, parrots, eagles, hawks, and just butterflies and anything with wings right now. I'm feeling. I know I just picked up the hell's that? A a a peacock as well. Eagles for sure. Maybe like finches as well. Those are going to be really if those are any of your animal totems, look at those aspects or look at them and research them a little bit more in terms of what they mean. Right now, Virgo, you're getting a lot of synchronicities in terms of divine synchronicities from God, from spirit, from your guides, like times 555, 444, all that, all those times. Getting a lot of that as well. Maybe also cats, like big cats, leopards, tigers, lions. It's real like symbols and like metaphors and symbolic things by nature in terms of like those are the signs for you right now. Crazy. Yeah, right now we're on Moon 2017. We're on Virgo. We're just about to end it. So yeah, look out for that. I feel that's look at your animal totems. Look at just pay attention to them. Also, if you guys whatever. Grasshoppers. If you guys one of your animal totems is a grasshopper, or if you end up kind of just like you don't live in an area where grasshoppers are are popular or they're prevalent, but you're like outside or something, I don't know, you're whatever the case may be, you're outside and then you see like a random grasshopper, especially a grasshopper at night. If you see that, that's important. It has to do with embracing change, and it also has to do with what is it? Astral travel and astral projection. Yeah, I have cats too. One of my cats just had kittens right now. All right, Libra. Libra. Libra has really taken a 360, and I'm really proud of Libra. It's a long time coming, Libra, where you are no longer letting people walk all over you. Like, you done. You're just like, you don't want to do it anymore. And I think that people forget that Libra's an air sign, That's the Queen of Swords. Shoot, Libra doesn't want to, nor do they like to. And they feel bad afterwards about doing something like that to someone in terms of like something like, negative to someone. Libra feels horrible about letting themselves do that and also doing that to someone else, And it's, yeah. So Libra, you're not allowing people to walk all over you anymore, And the thing I like about it is that, Libra, you're taking this time to do it. You're trying to do it as best as possible in terms of delegating your boundary lines and making sure to just be assertive, but not to be an asshole at the same time, like trying to do it the best way that you can. But you're an air sign, Libra. People forget about that. Okay, one more shuffle and we'll do this. Sorry guys if the cards are kind of loud if they slam against the table. Right. All right, Libra. Libra scales. I'm picking up candles. Here. I think candles are very, maybe they're catching your attention right now, and also taper candles as well, and like candle holders or something like that. Be careful with glass candle holders. They may like fall off of the like the table, or they may fall off of like your fireplace mantle or something like that. All right, Libra. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, I feel like Libra's doing a lot of inner work as well. I mean, damn, like I say, we all are. Jupiter is freaking retrograde right now in damn Scorpio till July. So, but Libra's doing a lot of they're trying to find the best ways to go about delegating and gaining their power. You've gained your power back, but just trying to best exhibit it and to apply it in the best, most delegated possible way. Does that make sense? All right, Libra. Yeah, see, when cards don't pop out, that's my sign for whoever the person is in question. They're not speaking to people, or they're keeping a lot of things internal or inside. And it's showing through the cards, you know, through the majority of the signs, you know, we're doing a lot of inner work. Okay, no, I'm not taking those. I don't know why, but my guide said, don't take them. All right, Libra, come on, Libra, what you got? Okay, Libra, yep. Six of Swords, Libra. So, trying to walk away in terms of finding or wanting to experience or look for greener pastures. You may be going on trips and find yourself going on trips. You may also find that boats as well and canoes. I'm picking up like islands. Are you guys buying a home in an island or something, or maybe or on an island like Turks and Caicos or something to that effect, something like that? I know I picked up Puerto Rico right now. That was weird. Puerto Rico, something like that. Buying like a vacation spot, or oh, what's that called? What do you call it? Oh, damn, I just forgot right now. Buying like a, what do you call it? Like a vacation package? Like a traveler's vacation package, if that makes sense. Something like that. I can't think of the name right now. But yeah, Libra's finding a lot of holes in their relationships. Timeshares, there it goes. Thank you. Yeah, timeshares. I think Libra's also during this time kind of discerning between like who helped you take the swords out of your back, who was there when it really mattered, who wasn't there as well. That's, I think I'm getting that too. Also, maybe possibly walking away from certain situations, Libra, and no longer, okay, when you walk away from certain situations, or, you know, you feel like you have to depart or sever a tie with someone or something, whatever it may be, you're working on not feeling bad about that in terms of like saying, oh, well, I wonder how they feel. You're working on that as well in terms of no longer feeling bad about the situation because it was like you've given it all you could. And it's just, it ran its course, you know? Okay, that's weird. Maybe be mindful of maybe if you guys do go on trips, it has to do with like rivers or waters, something like that. With like your cell phones in your pockets or something like that. Your wallets falling out of your pockets into the river. Some of you can maybe be getting into like whittling during this time. like working with wood, staining wood, burning wood, maybe making like plaques or something like that, or being interested in plaques. Okay, I just picked up, I don't think I have anything here. Like canvas artwork, but it has like a saying on it or something. It says like, oh, like Jesus or God is the head of this house, or Jesus is the head of this house. And it's on like a stretched canvas, but it's like printed on it. Those two being really interested in those at this time. Beautifying your home as well, making your home more personal to you. Painting your walls. Interesting. Dragonflies are really big during this time for you in terms of as another animal totem. Dragonflies may remind you of a passed on loved one. Also, not stressing over, or try not to stress over having to climb over mountains, and no longer looking at like the mountain as intimidation, or looking at it as it's being intimidating. Libra, you're like, we gonna climb this bitch. Like, you're ready to do it, and you're ready to put the damn work in. Like, and being fearless during this time. Also, not worrying about how. Okay, what is it? What is it, guys? You're too busy watering your grass to notice how greener someone else's grass is. Also, shrubs and bushes. Make sure you trim them. And be careful of creatures living in bushes as well, and shrubs around your home. Okay. I'm telling you, God in prayer, it always works. But while we pray, we must believe that we deserve it, And that's the thing about God. We can't lie to him. Don't you even start and to do the pretending with God, because he knows your heart. Okay. All right. Scorpio. 7 of Wands reversed. Okay, Scorpio. So, no longer wanting to argue, no longer wanting to fight, no longer wanting to be or feel like the person that's left out from the situation. Okay, like kind of no longer having to defend your truth, back to that. And also no longer and then when you feel like you kind of do have to defend your truth, somehow it turns around where it's like you are then the outsider. Coming out of that period. Picking your battles, knowing what to do, how to fight. How to fight, what the hell? Knowing what to fight for. Oh, that's so weird. Scorpio, be careful with this time with like flat irons. What do you call those things? Like when you guys flatten your hair, be careful with that, like singeing of the hair. Be careful with. Okay, I don't want to scare anyone, but be careful with your hair catching on fire. What the hell? That's weird. Watch the hairspray. Scorpio, I see you kind of getting your body right, and you want to show it off. Hey, do the damn thing. Changing your ways to. I think, Scorpio, you're more aware, or you are starting to become more aware of your facial expressions. Maybe when like people tell you certain things, or you kind of disapprove of certain things, or something to that effect. Where like you go from like this to like something like that, and maybe it has been brought up to your attention recently, and you're like, oh shit, I gotta check that. Something like that. Also, what's with the wood? I don't understand. Be careful with wood fences during this time. You guys may find that your wood fences fall, or they take a shit. And there may be like a scary ass dog on the other side of that. Log cabins is one. Maybe some of you are kind of booking maybe vacations or something like that, like in the mountains with cabins. Yeah, construction too, exactly. Something like that. Cutting wood. Also be careful with your guys' fireplaces, possibly as well. When you're burning wood, make sure you guys burn the correct wood and not the wood that, that pops and then... Okay, yeah, make sure when you guys are burning wood, if you are, I mean, it's kind of hot during this time, but depending on where you are, if you're burning wood in, in your fireplace, if you don't have a gas fireplace, make sure to always close, the little sheet or the protective cover, because then the wood may pop and then like land on carpet and start something. Possibly, yeah, like a retreat. Yeah, something like that. Something with the cabin. A lot of healing. I see healing around wood, but also kind of like wood being like it can be very healing, but also can be very destructive. It's very strange. It's like this dualistic dynamic with wood right now during this time. That's a weird... Why is all this coming up? The Flintstones may be something that reminds you of a passed over loved one, or maybe Bam Bam in specific. Maybe that may be some of your guys' nicknames, or someone that's passed over that you used to call Bam Bam. Something like that. Also, Scorpio, I see like you've been looking into tanning. Natural tanning and also spray tans. Right. Oh, let me shuffle this. Okay, Sagittarius. All right, the Archers. I don't want to make this too damn long, but... All right, Sag. Sag, y'all are starting to finally realize how damn blunt y'all be. Also, Sag, you may find that you have a lot of shit is coming to you right now, like in terms of like people are just putting you in sort of positions of like putting you in positions of like failure. You know what song just came up by Big Sean and E40? What's that? I ain't fucking with you. That song came up right now. Specifically the part where he says, where E40 says, you say you want me to win but hope I lose? Something like that, to that effect. I would kind of like rock out to the song, but it's a little explicit. But something to that effect. Oh, wow. Neptune and Sagittarius in the 9th house. Cool. That's how you connect to sources, through finding the truth and finding your own truth in things. And also, since you have Sagittarius in the 9th house, that means you're an Aries rising more than likely, probably. When you have Sagittarius in the 9th house, Sagittarius is, it's home. That house is home. Okay, here we go. One more time? Okay, one more time. Right. Sag. Let's see what's going on for you, my Archers. You know what's... Okay, popped out. Before I was going to say that. You know what's very strange, guys, is... I want to say 98% of my clients have Chiron in Aries and it's retrograde. Very interesting. I think I have maybe 3 or 4 clients that don't have a Chiron in Aries, but every single one has Chiron in Aries and it's always retrograde. It's crazy. I mean, not crazy like crazy, but it's good. But like just weird how that dynamic is with. I mean, 98% of my clients have that placement. It's strange. And I bet all you guys who have Chiron in Aries or not, check your charts. I bet they're retrograde. All right. Devil reversed. Sagittarius. Okay. You know what's weird was I was going to say be mindful and be careful of arrows, right? And I was like, Mark, that's like Chiron. And Chiron was a centaur, you know, and he couldn't heal himself. And the arrow, I think his brother shot an arrow through his leg. Sagittarius, you may be going camping during this time. Sag, maybe kind of having to go deep during this time to realize that maybe some of aspects that you thought you worked through, there's still residuals of them left. I don't know, I just picked up bosses, maybe having some issues with some bosses. Maybe feeling belittled, I feel. Some of y'all are going zip lining or had an accident on a zip line. The hell, it's weird. Also, Sag, I feel like maybe during this time, you may be put on like, how can I say this? You may feel like you're on stage and you're, I'm going to say it like this, but I don't mean it in a negative way. You may feel like you are, you're their clown behind the glass. I'm not calling you guys clowns. I'm just saying, but feeling like that. You know, like they're tuning on to like their favorite channel type of thing or something like that. And they're, you know, like, but it goes along with the stage, you know, kind of sense there. Some of you may be gardening right now during this time. And working on like maybe beautifying a garden, planting palm trees. What the hell? It's weird. Also, okay, my phone is tripping right now. My God, I was like, what the heck? It was interrupted. It said, but you're welcome, Little Miss, regarding the live stream that I did with Miriam. Check her out too, guys. Miriam Kramer, wonderful reader, sensational reader. She's a hell of a chart reader too. Okay, so back to Sagittarius. Yeah, be careful with those. Careful with Capricorn during this time too. Maybe, maybe you may be noticing some, since that's your brother/sister sign. Being maybe feeling like restricted within the areas of work, feeling just restricted in relationships. I'm picking up. Some of you may have like farms, you know, like goats and sheep and cattle. Maybe be more mindful of their care during this time. Maybe be, yeah, I don't say that. Something about children, maybe your inner child needs to be revisited. Also, Sag, I think it's important during this time to remember to always break karmic cycles in terms of raising your children and installing morals and ethics in your children that maybe you felt like you didn't get as a child, but also remembering that to uphold those morals and those values as well, because sometimes we don't notice the things that we say or maybe how we express ourselves, you know, and our kids are either listening or they see it, you know what I mean? So just be mindful of that. Something about elves. You guys been watching movies of elves or something, or Christmas was a big holiday for you, or maybe it could have been a painful holiday for you, or elves could have like freaked you the fuck out. Something about mysticism. Maybe you guys are looking or researching fairies or like elves or something to that effect. All right. Excuse me, let me drink something. All right, Cap. Capricorn. Capricorn. Whoa. That was crazy. Capricorn. A mess. What the heck? Oh my Lord, Capricorn. Damn cards flew everywhere. Hope none flew underneath the damn couch. Because at that point we're screwed, but... Okay. Dang, Capricorn, that was crazy. There's a lot going on in Capricorn. Seriously. Is that it? All right, that's it. Y'all always got to do the most. Okay, Capricorn. 4 of Swords reversed. Capricorn, you ain't holding back. You're being more mindful of the moon cycles during this time. Pawns, speaking of pawn, maybe some of you guys want a pawn, or maybe pawns were kind of they may be a spiritual thing to, okay, well, pawns may be a very spiritual thing to you, or maybe some of you may be looking into like into Buddha, what's it? Can't speak today. Yeah, like Buddha practices, maybe adopting some of those types of practices, or maybe finding a merge between like Christianity and yeah, like a merging of religions or something, and maybe you've been wanting to bring the two together. I want to go back to the pawns. Some of you guys have been maybe wanting to get a koi fish tattooed on you, or you have a koi fish tattooed on you. I just picked up a black koi fish, maybe. Swimming upstream, something like that. But yeah, but definitely pawns. Lotus flowers as well. Maybe some have like lotus flowers tattooed on you. Maybe you would want to. Maybe they remind you of like a mother or a woman figure that has passed on. But other than that, Capricorn, you are not holding back. You're just like, that's what's up, like that. You know, you're not holding back anymore. I feel like it's been bottling up inside of you for a while. There's this dynamic, Capricorn, with you where it's like you're used to taking care of everything, you know, and maybe some of your, I'm gonna say, tactics inside of your home in terms of getting things done or bringing people together to accomplish a goal that's best for everyone. You've been maybe finding that it's been a little bit tougher to accomplish that. Maybe, I don't say getting your kids in line, but it's kind of like, you know, getting everyone together, like to take the damn group picture, you know, like the Christmas picture. And it's like, you just kind of just like, you're like, everyone fucking just get there. Like kind of like, you know, going off the deep end a little bit like that. And you may find yourself having difficulties with that. The intent is there, and it's interesting because I was just saying this with Cancer. And then Capricorn's opposite Cancer, but still within the, you know, the opposition. Capricorn, it's successful in what you do and you know how to do it, but it shouldn't be so hard in terms of getting it together. And if you find yourself screaming a lot or maybe having to exert verbal kind of force to get something done, maybe look at your family dynamics in terms of specifically maybe your children in terms of like learning disorders or something to that effect. I'm picking up because I have a biopsychology background, so like Broca's area and Wernicke's area in terms of how communication is understood versus how communication is expressed. Something like that has to do with learning capacities within your family unit, specifically children. Also something about learning about communication and seeing how important it is, because maybe when you were growing up, you saw how improper communication didn't work in your family, or it was to a detriment. So therefore, you're trying to implement proper communication in your family. But you may find yourself kind of getting upset because of it, of not being able to do it with ease, and then it's kind of bringing you back to how it was when you were growing up, something like that. But there's something else there in terms of learning capabilities, understanding information, verbal communication, or issues with that regarding like children and family members, something like that. Maybe y'all have a lot of earwax all up in your ears. And you gotta clean, all that wax out. That's a possibility as well. Yeah, maybe. Hold on, guys, 1 second. Yeah, maybe the earwax thing for sure, but don't stick a damn Q-tip in your ear. That's the worst thing you can do. I see people do that and they're like, ugh. And I'm like, don't do that. The smallest fiber of cotton, can get, dude, if that gets caught in your ear, it can cause an infection. Oh my God. And there's two things you don't fuck with, okay? You don't fuck with your ears, and you don't fuck with your mouth. Those are two things you do not mess with. Oh my Lord. That would bring you to your knees like Pluto, okay? Okay, Aquarius. Aquarius, you too. You be wanting to wilding out too. You're learning a lot, Aquarius, about limitations and restrictions as well. In terms of I don't want to say like you're learning from your mistakes now, like you never did before, but it's more of kind of learning your temperament, and really looking at it and saying, okay, your temperament being almost like someone recorded you, in a sense, while you were upset, and you saw that, and you were like, whoa. This time I feel, Aquarius. And just general communication. My phone is tripping right now. Sorry, guys. I always say this thing about Aquarius. One of my good friends is an Aquarius sun. And I just find this with Aquariuses in general. Aquarius, you have this remarkable quality about you where it's like, it's impressive, where you literally can just drop your emotion like that. I mean, like fucking King of Swords reverse. Like, I'm telling you, like, you guys can be like, oh yeah, having a good time, and all of a sudden you're like, I'm done with you. I just can't do you anymore. Like, and people are like, what the fuck? Like, what happened? And I always say that why that's great is because, Aquarius, at times you can really find the truth in things in terms of removing your emotion from it, which is great. There's always a pro and a con, But I just feel, Aquarius, that that's something you're working on, You're maybe seeing that silent aspect of you at times. Like I always say, when an Aquarius goes quiet, that's when you have to start to worry. But Aquarius, I think you know that about yourself, where the emotion can kind of be dropped like that, and then you're trying to kind of like look at it and say, well, why is it like that? Maybe not working on your emotions so much in terms of processing them. Maybe in like an earth sign type of manner, where it's kind of like, since you don't maybe process your emotions, or maybe you don't, maybe you're just less emotional, in terms of showing it, expressing it. So therefore, maybe you feel like you don't really work on the emotion so much, or you don't confront your emotion like I guess normal people, I want to say. So therefore, when it comes up for you, it's kind of like it's an adversity for you. It's almost like interesting. I'm trying to express myself and I can't. You see, damn. It's kind of like, because the emotion isn't maybe dealt with on a regular basis, and the understanding of it. Hey, Javier. when it comes up for you and you may feel like kind of like attacked, or you may feel like you're being pushed in the corner or something like that, that's when you turn it off. And then it's like, it's like screw everyone, I'm gonna fucking stab all you and your whole lineage. And it's because the emotions aren't visited very often. So therefore they're misunderstood in a sense by your own self or from your own self. And then therefore it's just understanding them more, understanding the roots of them, and visiting restrictions again. Okay, yeah. I just feel like it's yes, it's that, but it's more also of just seeing yourself act out, or seeing yourself. We're gonna keep both. Okay, no. Seeing yourself in action. Let's just say that. I feel like that's kind of, it's gonna be one of those moments where you were like, "Whoa, I do that?" Like, like that kind of thing. All right, Aquarius. But it is generally concerning, just looking at emotions and really understanding them, and also being okay with being vulnerable. Vulnerability, working on that. Don't view vulnerability as a weakness. All right, Aquarius. What's going on? What's the one card for you? You just keep getting two. It's interesting. All right, Aquarius. So you're doing a lot of inner work during this time. We'll take this one here. The Empress reversed. Aquarius. Okay. Recognizing some of the things that you've created, or you were an active participant in, regarding the fruition of it. Does that make sense? I don't know why I just picked up, and normally I don't say things like this, but working maybe through like a miscarriage, or working through the loss of a child. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there, guys. Because that's getting very, very personal there. But I felt I needed to say that. Also, looking more into astrology, into your charts. I'm picking up something about pearls, finding pearls, your mother's pearls, your grandmother's pearls. Are you guys having issues with like gophers or like rabbits in your? I'm picking up gophers leaving holes in your guys' grass, or in your home, screwing up the humble abode. Also, picking your guys' weeds. Maybe your weeds are growing a little bit too high right now. Be careful with fires as well. I'm feeling like maybe if you guys smoke cigarettes or something like that, if you guys maybe have like wheat growing or crop, or maybe like dead grass or something, and maybe you're not paying attention, you're talking to someone, you flick it, it may light on fire. What's going on with this, with the fire references? It's a little strange. Revisiting Aquarius abuse, maybe from your childhood, possibly with like rods, or with I'm picking up like maybe broomsticks, but I'm gonna leave that there too. It's getting a little too personal. Climbing trees. I don't know. Maybe you guys used to climb trees as a child or something. Or you have dreams about forests and trees. Being in the forest, and I'm seeing like looking up and seeing how tall the trees are, the pine trees or something like that. And also, what am I looking for? Oh, having to do with, yeah, the energies are pretty heavy for Aquarius. Fog as well. Maybe you guys have dreams of fog as well, or going. I think it's more symbolic in terms of trying to make your way through the fog. Maybe you guys are investing in gold. I know I just heard. Maybe some of you recently got engaged or something, and but before your husband maybe presented you with the ring, you kind of made a comment like, "Well, it better be 24 karat, or it better be rose gold, or something like that." Something about a reference of a gold. Um, Maybe some of you are taking up golf. Or just picked up maybe your in-laws are into golf and you're learning about golf to bond with them. Your father maybe used to like golf. Some about golf. Um, at this time, green is your color. Interesting. All right. The last one left is the double fish. Okay. Pisces. Y'all be a little stubborn around this time. It's okay though. Shoot, as a collective, we're all getting over that. Seriously, Jennifer. Jennifer, are you being stubborn during this time? It's crazy. My Pisces house is, since I'm Libra Ascendant, it's my 6th house. My Pisces house is completely empty. I nearly, have no water with the exception of, my MCs in Cancer, my Chirons in Cancer. That's pretty much it. I don't really have a lot of water in, and I'm the first one to damn cry. I don't give a shit. I'll be like, ugh! I'll start crying. I do not care. But what's interesting is that we also have to remember, for instance, my Mercury and my Sun is in my 12th house, right? But it's Virgo. But the 12th house is defaultly ruled by Pisces. So, yes, I have an Earth, Mercury, and Sun, but it's in a water house, if that makes sense. We also have to remember about that as well. So those are going to be the 4th house, the 8th house, and the 12th house. All right, Pisces. You guys are going on a lot of trips, I feel. A lot of trips. Taking a big trip. Or tripping big. That one wanted to pop. Okay. Oh, Pisces, what the hell? Pisces, you don't know what the hell you want to do, huh? You're trying to make them damn decisions, okay? Nope, too many. I'm going to keep that one. I was like 4 or 5, so we're not taking that. Yeah, Pisces, you're a dreamer, shit. I'm going to have to mention it. Jennifer, I do. Okay. So, Jennifer, me and her kind of talk on the daily. She was once a client of mine, and she just turned into a really great friend of mine. And she's the only client that I have in LA County. Every other client, you guys are all back east. It's crazy, or overseas, Malaysia, everywhere. I have clients from everywhere, but she's pretty much my only client. And I think Mel too. Mel's from up north, I think. But yeah, anyway. Jennifer and I were talking the other day, and we were talking about just signs and what they're kind of known for. And I've noticed that Pisces, okay, even a damn cusp, Pisces, especially suns. At least I've seen it with Pisces suns. It's funny. Okay, check this out. So let's say someone, I don't know, you're home, right, and your mother, brother, whoever it is, sees something on the floor, like a stain on the floor, like something wet on the floor, on the carpet, and you're the Pisces and you walk in, and if someone were to ask you, hey, do you know what happened here? Pisces will be like, well, I didn't do it. And you're like, I didn't. I never said you did. Like, why are you jumping to the... No, I'll just ask you if you know what happened. Like, it's hilarious. You guys are like, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. I'm like, whoa, calm down. Oh my God. Pisces, y'all be walling out like that. Y'all be wanting vindication immediately. I'm like, oh, calm down. Okay, there we go. Oh, this is the Sacred Rose Tarot by Joanna Sherman. The Emperor reverse, Pisces. That's funny. Pisces, you feel like you're losing control. The moon cycles are fucking you up, Pisces. There's so much wood. I don't know what it is about the... Oh, hello. Taurus. That's right. Uranus moving into Taurus, yeah. Watch, you guys. You heard it first here. We're going to have a huge shortage of wood or something to the effect of wood being manufactured or shipped. The commerce of wood or something like that. I don't know. Something about wood's going to come up. Okay, anyway. Pisces, everything that's shining isn't always gold. Be careful with glittery makeup or glittery sprays, I feel. They may cause like irritation. Be careful with your shoes, Pisces. In terms of boots in particular, even Uggs. There may be a spider in there or something. Be careful with that. My dad's a Pisces sun cusp, and if I were to tell him that, he would have freaked out. He's always like sticking his hands in his shoes and like shaking the shit out of shirts. And I'm like, why are you doing that? There could be a spider in there. All the time, like you and your damn spiders. Have any of you recently found a 4-leaf clover? If you have, that's a sign from spirit that they're with you. Or something significant happened around a 4-leaf clover if you found one, or something to that effect. Around moss too. Something about moss. Maybe you like the feeling of moss on your feet. It reminds you of being young and innocent as a child. Purple is your color around this time, Pisces. It makes you feel real royal. You know, you put on like your purple shirt or your purple sweater and you're like, I'm a bad bitch. Some of you can be maybe getting into the medical field. Or you could be experiencing issues within the medical field in terms of like care with like a mother or a father or a grandparent. Something about abuse, something like that. But yeah, Pisces, it's feeling like you're losing. When I say control, it's more of feel like you're losing. Someone said they were a nurse. Did someone fall out of a wheelchair recently or something like that? I'm kind of picking that up. Or they rode down a ramp in a wheelchair or something. It was a patient, something like that about a damn wheelchair. Or a lift. You know the lifts you guys used to pick up heavy patients. Maybe the lift broke, or the belt broke, or something like that. I don't know, something like that. Yeah. I forgot what I was saying. That was interesting. But yeah, Pisces, just like losing. Feel like you don't have maybe control right now. But it's more of just you're being pushed out of your comfort zone. I feel during this time to visit those areas of your life where maybe you're like, I ain't want to look at that right now. You know what I mean? And now it's like, well, you got to now, boo. You know, just look at those things in your life. Something about purple. There's something here with maybe amethyst. Maybe that's some of your, I don't know, reminds you of some of your loved ones, or maybe your kids painted something purple for you. Or maybe you've always wanted a purple car when you were younger, and now it's like, you know, you like, I want that purple damn Cadillac. Like, you know, now that you're older, purple, I'm getting purple for sure. I'm not really, I don't know too much about colors. Oh, okay. Some of your auras can be purple or maybe violet. I'm picking up. Hmm. Yeah, also, trim your guys' trees again. Oh, purple nail polish. See, I'm telling you, this is weird. Be careful with trees, but like the leaves growing into each other or something like that, and creating like what is it? Creating kind of like a breeding ground for like birds or something with leaves growing into each other and then it collapsing or something like that. I don't know. Something has to do with that. Tree houses too. What the hell? Maybe you guys, one of you maybe here that hears this always wanted a tree house, and then now that you're older, you know, you're like, I'm getting that shit. You want a tree house, or you've seen a tree house, or a tree house used to be where you grew up at, and it's very emblematic of your childhood. Like when you're in the tree house, it brings you like joy and serenity, and it makes you feel. Wow, we're getting real deep. Okay. Okay. Just yeah, it makes you feel great, and it makes you feel safe and secure. But also with the tree house, I'm also getting like maybe as a child you were in an tumultuous kind of home, a home where there was maybe physical or mental abuse, and you would get away by being in the treehouse, like kind of get away from the drama, or you would run for the treehouse to get away from your parents that were abusive, something like that. Um, Screw it, paint your treehouse fucking purple. All right, guys. I think that concludes it. It's kind of went a little bit longer than I wanted it to, but I'm gonna give you guys the timestamps in a bit. I'll stick around for a little bit. You guys have any questions maybe about anything? I mean, it's on your mind. I'm an open book. Yeah, that treehouse thing got a little deep there. That was a little interesting. Hmm. I just thought of like Dennis the Menace too. Interesting. Oh, thank you so much, Little Miss. Back to you as well. To everyone else, I do appreciate you guys sticking with me. Maybe you guys have any questions like regarding There's a little bit of a lag in terms of the stream and your guys' comments, but maybe questions on like planetary stuff or sign stuff or anything like that. Oh yeah, like the video, guys. Thank you. Oh, Anna, absolutely. I do natal charts. Absolutely. I focus on evolutionary astrology. Intuitiveperceptions.com, the services tab. I do evolutionary astrology where I look at your chart and I look at it from a different point of view in terms of why are you here? Why did you reincarnate? What are you working with? Where's your soul at? What's your weaknesses? What are your strengths? What are you working on? And I look at your chart and I see those areas of where there's like connections or ties and where you can kind of overcome karmic cycles within your chart. That's I look at it from a spiritual point of view. Oh, how did your birthday go, Carla? That's right, huh? Message me on Messenger, and we'll see what we can set up. Oh yeah, no, I'll announce that later. Yeah, sorry guys, jump the gun there. Aries Moon. Yeah, I mean services. I'm adding a career service to the site in terms of the services that I offer. I'm doing that as well. I'm still like uploading stuff, and I have the spread already. I just have to like, create it on like a visual of it and picture all that crap. Um, okay. Oh, that I'm glad you brought that up. Only you can be you. Okay, you guys who have Chiron and Aries right now during this time, depending on where it is, if it's the like degrees and all that. But during this time, if you have that placement, which fuck all my clients do, during this time, during the whole transit, you're going to be dealing with, or you'll see childhood memories coming back up. Um, oh, nice. Yeah, Chihuahua. Let's do it. Absolutely. Yeah, the service it's $120, but guys, I mean, I put together a PDF file for you of like 32 pages almost of just, your information, like all your aspects, what they mean, all your planets. Like, for instance, like, let's say, I'll do Mercury in Aquarius, and then Mercury in the third house, if that's your placement. I do that for every single planet. I do it for the North Node, the South Node, all your aspects. I give you guys information what the aspects are. So it's a PDF file of all you. So it comes with that, and also comes with the chart reading, and it also comes with a tarot reading as well. So, you get a little bundle there. It's not like, we're on for like 20 minutes and then that's it. But, oh, thank you. Little Miss. Okay, back to what I was saying about Chiron and Aries. So yeah, if you have this, okay, 24 degrees and 3 minutes. Okay, if you have this placement, right, childhood memories are going to come back up. You're also going to find that, especially during this time between all these retrogrades, that you may get into with your parents, or your parents may trigger you during this time. Your siblings may trigger you this time, in terms of, okay, when you have Chiron in Aries, when you were younger, it's not that your parents didn't love you. What it was just the way that the world was, and we're kind of at that point a little bit now, but it's a bit different. But anyway, I always get sidetracked. But growing up, like I said, it's not that your parents didn't love you. It was just like your emotions, they weren't expressed. You didn't really, it was like your parents were kind of like, okay, I understand that, you're kind of sad and you're hurt right now, but we don't have time for that. We need to move on. And it was kind of just suck it up and move forward, and it's not that, like I said, not that your parents didn't love you or they didn't care. It was just emotions weren't there. Like, they weren't expressed. It was just suck it up and we need to move forward. We don't have time for that. It was like that, growing up. So given that that's what it is, and also you guys could have dealt with as children too, or even teens. I mean, 16, 17, 18, 19, dealing with denial, kind of in terms of like sweeping it under the carpet and kind of like, oh, it never happened, not talking about the emotions weren't viewed, they weren't reviewed, in a sense. So it's kind of like pretending it didn't happen, like maybe in front of your other family members, you guys were like, and then like, just the night before, like you got into it with your mom and it was horrible, like, but no one knew because it just didn't happen, It was just during that time when you guys were growing up, it was just emotions were not reviewed. So therefore you guys kind of, yeah, exactly. You guys didn't view the emotions. So now they're going to come back up in terms of being triggered to see the emotions, and to also now see how far you've grown in terms of spiritually, in terms of, religiously, in terms of just as an individual, whatever it is that, your belief and truth system is. You're going to revisit them, and they're going to come back up, so that then you can see how far you've come, if you've really released them, if you really have moved forward from them. Guys, we don't ever solve our emotional deep-seated wounds. Also, in your guys' charts, your IC, it's at the bottom of your chart. Your IC is also your childhood. It's the secrets in your childhood. If you have any planets that are conjunct there on the IC, book a reading with me. I suggest we can look at that and see what's going on there. Talking about that, my IC is in Capricorn, and I have Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune all shoved right there, all conjunct right by the IC, and they're all retrograde. I'm like, shit. Anyway, but yeah, these memories, like I said, they're going to come back up, and guys, we don't ever solve our deep-seated emotional wounds. What we do, don't look at it like we need to solve it and we need to get over it through solving it. What it is there's a form of acceptance that comes in, like, it is what it is, and there's nothing I can do to change that, But accepting for what it is, and then forgiving, right? But not forgiving the person who did it to you, nor condoning their behavior, It's forgiving yourself for no longer carrying that shit on your back, you know? And when the first step is the acceptance, and it's tough, you know, to get there. But when that acceptance comes in and you truly accept it, that's when then you need to time it out whatever you feel is right for your soul. Like I always say, guys, trust your intuition and, you know, your inner guide, and allow God and your angels and guides to guide you through the process. But when that acceptance comes in, then you need to then talk to that person and let them know how you feel. You don't need to scream, you don't need to yell, you don't need to get crazy. Regardless how they take it, and regardless if they validate it, because we should never look externally for validation, but you say what it is that you feel you need to say to get it out to that person, and then that's when you can move forward. You can't control what that person does. You can't control how they react, nor should you even expect validation. If you get it, cool. Like, damn, that's cool. But don't expect it, you know? And then you don't need to scream and yell. And then that's when then you'll remove the burden from your back, and then you can move forward, you know? That's, I find, the best way of in doing it. But yeah, so during this time, guys, Chiron and Aries, if you have it natally, you're going to experience these things, you know? And also, I look at your Chiron as well, you know, in your chart, and see if it's conjunct anything, if it's opposing anything, if it's conjunct your sun, if it's conjunct your moon. Like, you know, I look at all those aspects. When you guys do book the astrology reading with me, I ask for 3 days, you know, from the time that you guys paid for the service. I ask for 3 days, so I really sit with your chart and I look at it. Because, I mean, if you look at a chart, I forgot who, I think it was Giggle, said that our charts look like origami. That's exactly what it is. Like, you look at the lines and like all these aspects are going on. It's like blah, you know, but you just kind of know what you're looking for. So I have to make those connections. So about 3 days, yeah, about 3 days I ask just to sit with your chart and really take a look at it and make the connections, and, you know, put your guys' PDF file together, and then kind of outline what I feel we need to talk about in terms of for your soul. If you guys have any skip steps in your chart, that's a big one. That's what evolutionary astrology is all based upon, is skip steps. Not all based on, but that's the reason why it was, you know, I'm called invented, but why it was, you know, why it's different from just regular Western astrology, you know. If you guys' north and south node square any planet, you know, regardless, moon, sun, Mercury, Venus, whatever it may, it can even be Chiron, it can be your AC, whatever the case may be. Your north and your south node, if they both square a planet, you have a skip step in your chart. And that means that, and you can have multiple skip steps. But if one squared, more than likely the other will be squared as well. That means that you have been living lifetime through lifetime through lifetime through lifetime, and your soul is trying to accomplish something. It depends on what the planet is and what, you know, the aspects are. And you haven't accomplished that yet. So you're like basically reincarnating over and over and over, or incarnating, I should say, over and over and over and over, trying to learn this lesson. And let's see what it is, you know. And we look at it, and it means that if they call it the nodal axis in your chart, you know, so it's on opposite sides of your chart, you know. And I like to describe it as your north node is positive and your south node is negative. Let's just say, you know, for argument's sake. So if you have positive and negative, right, because they're on opposite sides of your chart, and a square is tension, what's the opposite of a square? You know, would more than likely probably be like a trine or something. But anyway, how are the both positive and negative positions of your chart both negative? You understand what I'm saying? Like, because it's that serious, you know, in a sense where it's, you have skip steps. And I've seen a lot of people have skip steps in their chart. A lot of people sometimes do, if you have Pluto that is squared your north and your south node, that's the most intense skip step. So I really highly suggest booking with me, guys, because then we look at that and we see why, you know, what's going on. Like, why is it squared? That means that your whole nodal axis in terms of your soul's destiny and your soul's past life, that whole entire, the journey of your soul basically is all a trauma signature. You know, so we need to look at that and see what's going on. And I make those connections and I see maybe where things are going on. And I do suggest that if you guys are on a phone, you know, usually I do suggest recording the session, because it's a lot of information that I do give you guys. I mean, my private readings are a lot in general, but chart readings, they're a lot, you know, in terms of like the descriptions I give and why it's in this house and why it's here and this planet and this and, you know, all that together. I'm also working on that as well, offering the recording service. I can't see the comments, guys. I'm sorry. So horrible. Oh, there we go. What about... Let me see what I... Sorry, guys, if I'm not answering any of your questions. Go ahead and retype them out. What about Pluto square Venus? Pluto square Venus depends where, like, what house it's in and the signs, but just general by nature. You're going to have difficulties in terms of transformation regarding how you perceive love and how you relate to other people. You know, in terms of love, like maybe you may find yourself compromising yourself a lot in terms of love. Maybe finding like or kind of coming to the conclusion like you'll never find love, or it's always like when love seems like it's good, something bad happens, or like it just doesn't happen. You may find yourself having a lot of lonesome times or feeling very lonely during those times. I would have to look into that with Cancer in the career. I haven't looked up any of the aspects. But Javier, I mean, book a reading. Shoot. I mean, you know, I did raise my prices recently. That was something that I was working on with my guides, and I raised them a little bit. Absolutely. You know, because I've been doing this for a little bit, and you know, even us spiritual teachers, I raise them because I'm worth it. You know, I really am. And I go real deep into everything that I do with my heart and I do with my soul. And I mean, even if we're just doing a regular tarot reading, I ask for your natal chart and I look at your natal chart and see the transits and kind of what's going on and and I compare the natal chart to the reading, you know, like, so all of that work that kind of goes into it. It's not that I want to be paid back for it, but it's just I implement all of that. And yeah, my services are really worth it. And you get a lot during all the readings as well. I offer Skype, Google Hangouts, Facebook Messenger, Google Duo up to a certain point. But yeah, so... Oh, yes. Yes, absolutely. If your Pluto is squared, no, I'm sorry. Pluto square Venus is not a skip step. Any planet that is squaring your north and your south node, what it looks like like a little horseshoe with a T in the center. There'll be one that's like a horseshoe this way and then upside down. It'll be squared that. Any planet squaring that. Or any body squaring that. Yeah, guys, just intuitiveperceptions.com. And also when you guys are there, there's a chat little bubble at the bottom. Use that. It may take me a little bit to answer, but I will answer because I get the notification on my phone. And just wait a little bit and then we'll be able to communicate back with each other. And then I could kind of suggest the best service for you. Thank you guys for all the support. What happens when Mercury is square with Jupiter and Saturn? In terms of your intellect, in terms of how you understand information and how you perceive information, also communication, you may have to learn or you may struggle with expansion of it and also learning limitations from that. Maybe people telling you, why do you think like that? That's weird to think like that. And you're like, well, that's who I am, kind of thing. You know, like you'll say that and then it's like we're not learning the lesson. Like maybe taking other information in and expanding your consciousness regarding how you communicate and understand information. Also maybe not being too stuck in your own mindset, if that makes sense. I'm just giving you guys general because it's kind of hard because we need to look at the sign and the placement. All that matters. Lilith and Pallas. I want to say I think Pallas is I think how your relationship with your father and how I need to get up on my asteroid game. But I think Pallas is how you father, I want to say. I'm not really too sure about that one, but Lilith has to do with our animalistic instincts regarding there's a black moon Lilith and then there's a Lilith placement. I prefer to use the black moon Lilith because that's how Lilith felt when she was betrayed. And that's asteroid H13. So I look at that and that means how do you view betrayal? How do you view rejection? You know, like that kind of thing. I have one of the worst my Lilith is in Scorpio. It's one of the worst placements. They call it morbid. I'm like, shit. But yeah. Thank you, Moon 2017. Yes, we guys are We don't even realize our thoughts are a consciousness in itself, and we need to be careful with them. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Little Miss, for all the support. I really appreciate it, and everyone else as well. Lilith, just like I said, looks at I like Black Moon Lilith. Lilith just looks at like how you look at things from a sexual nature, but it's more of an animalistic instinct of how we view closeness and relationship, like with a partner, vulnerability a lot. But like I said, I prefer Black Moon Lilith because that's how she felt when she was rejected by Adam and God, when she was casted as being evil. So that rejection, I like that placement. I feel that's when, when you feel like, you got cheated on, and like you see them in the restaurant, like that moment of like, that's Black Moon Lilith. And I feel like that's more emblematic of, the pain in a sense. Yeah, it's H13. That's the planet. That's the astro.com. The versus Mars or Venus. Well, Venus is going to be what you kind of value and what you appreciate in your relationship with other people and what you expect out of them. And Mars is going to be your aggression, your drive, your ambition. So, I mean, I would say they both kind of play a big role. Because Venus is going to be how well do you handle the maybe adversity, or how well do you empathize and sympathize with people, and then Mars is going to be, are you aggressive when you approach it? They're kind of conflicting a little bit. So that's kind of general. Like I said, I mean, I can give you guys general information, but it's just a little bit tough because I need to see the sign in the house. But feel free to ask though, guys. Venus and Mars are a little bit different than Lilith. Lilith is more of, like I said, it's immediate emotion. It's like, what do we think about when we're in our heads, about relationships and stuff like that. Mars and Venus are a little bit more, those are our home planets, so they're more about, it's like, okay, Mars and Venus is basically your masculine and your feminine side, basically. We can kind of sum it up to that as a general overview. My Black Moon Lilith is in Scorpio. Yeah, I also look at your Little Miss. I also look at karma as well in your guys' chart in terms of your moon sign. In terms of also there's your vertex speaks a lot of karma as well, and turning points in your life. Mars in Aquarius is going to be quite interesting. I mean, anything in Aquarius, especially like Uranus in your guys' charts, that's a trauma signature, and everyone has a Uranus in a certain house, whatever that is, that means that you're going to experience that pain throughout this lifetime. So if you have like maybe anything really in Aquarius, we can kind of blur the lines a little bit when it comes to like a sun, moon, and maybe a rising, even maybe a Venus. We can kind of not say this, but it's still an aspect. It's trauma. Aquarius has a lot to do with trauma in terms of the reason why it does is because it's so eccentric. It breaks thresholds. Like I tell you guys in my other planetary updates, Aquarius does this. Okay, this is the threshold. Aquarius goes, okay, how far can we take it? Okay, how far is it gonna go until it snaps, and then that's when Aquarius says, because it's weak, we need to strengthen it. So Aquarius shakes shit up. Uranus, Aquarius, same thing. Shake shit up, and it shows you where the weak points are. And it also revolutionizes things, and it improves things, what's better for the masses, So, in saying all that, Aquarius, wherever it is in your chart, like if you have like Saturn in Aquarius, that's trauma as well regarding, in an evolutionary astrology sense. That's trauma in terms of maybe with the father. Also, your father may have died at an early age. Your father may have been addicted to substances, something like that. But Mars in Aquarius is going to be a lot about I'm not sure what house or where it is right now currently, but it's going to be like we want change so bad, that we're going to do whatever we need to do to get that change done. Also, we can make a little bit of mistakes regarding applying our aggression towards change for the masses. In terms of, when I say masses, it's more of like what's best for your whole family, what's best for social groups. People may kind of bump heads during this time saying like, no, I believe that this is right, no, I believe that this is right, and then they may try and manifest it as individuals, and then it'll be like a conflict in interests regarding a solution. Yeah, we're all going through really past life karma right now. Like, you have moments where you're fine, and then you'll just start crying. Like, it's crazy. Like, I'm outside smoking a cigarette, and I'm cool, and all of a sudden, like, a song will come on, and I'll just be like, oh my god, and I'll just start crying. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it's crazy. We're breaking through karmic cycles right now. It's crazy. All right, guys, I don't want to make this too long, but if you guys have any questions, I'm on Facebook Messenger. You guys can message me there, and I'm also, like I said, 2dperceptions.com. You guys can go there, and all the services are there. Utilize the chat function, and Uranus and Scorpio, and where? The 8th house. Okay. Yeah, Chihuahua, we can talk about that placement. I don't want to talk about it here live, but it's a little personal, that placement. I suggest booking with me, and we'll look at that. And since you already you seem like you have a vast knowledge regarding like the general information about astrology, you'll find it super fascinating. Let me see here with the comments. This phone thing is just not working. Yeah, guys, put yourself first. Exactly. During this time, guys, just remember, we're going to have to make these decisions and these choices, what's best for us as individuals. Oh, nice, Chihuahua. And it's not selfish, guys, if we're doing it for spiritual growth. And anyone who has a fucking problem with that, they don't need to be in your life as well. They should be supporting you on that. And they should also say, whatever you need to do, I got your back to help you grow spiritually. We need to let those people go because they don't need to be in our lives, and only you can make the change and be the change that you require. Let's not compromise ourselves during this time. Let's pick our battles. We don't necessarily need to say something, during this time. Let's not, remember, we're going to be provoked during this time. But when we are provoked, let's look at it like as an opportunity to look at a trigger and see where something lies. Where is it at? What's going on? Like, why are you being triggered? Let's find the root of it, instead of being upset and lashing back out. Because then that's like 5 of Wands. No one wins in that damn situation. Yeah. Stand in your truth, and always, guys, put God first in everything that you do. But in the end, it's your guys' decision to allow his involvement, okay? All right, guys, I'm going to log off now. It's already been like 2 hours over here. I don't want people to look at this video later and be like, what the hell? But yeah, thank you guys for all your support. Like I said, intuitiveperceptions.com. Thank you guys for your donations as well. It means so much. It really does. It helps everything the channel go through. I'm able to buy new cards, new toys for our channel. Also, yeah, and it just helps everything. I really do appreciate all the support, guys, during this time and just throughout everything. It's we as tarot readers, as spiritual teachers, we do so much healing as well through this. So it's like, it's a mutual healing, Yeah, and then Saturn's like, yay! We're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Saturn loves it. But yeah, just remember to put God first in everything that you guys do, and make him your number one, because only you guys have the power to do so. All right, guys? All right, God bless, guys, and also love and light.